The following program is for mature audiences only. None of the information provided is intended to be medical or any other professional advice requiring licensing through any regulatory agency. It is for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Amy Satori. I'm an intuitive spiritual counselor assisting in raising the vibration of our planet. I was born with extraordinary gifts, experienced enlightenment for 6 months years ago, speak light language, and channel a being called Celeste, who is an ambassador for a Galactic Council of 60. I am able to scan your energy field for emotional blockages and talk to or aid in the healing of your organs using Qigong energy healing. I can also help you make decisions, talk to your pets, deceased loved ones, and your friends and family's higher selves. I can help you navigate your relationships and answer pressing questions in your life by talking with the unseen world. I use these skills I've developed to translate the images, feelings, impressions, and messages I'm given while tuning into you and your situation. I work Thursday through Saturday as a psychic for the Lighthouse Bookstore downtown Boulder, Colorado, and conduct remote readings all over the world. You can order a private reading from my website at amysatori.com. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow me here on Podbean, Instagram, my 1111 Twin Flame Forum on Facebook, and YouTube. Set a reminder in your phone to call live on the show any Sunday, 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, or 8:30 Eastern to ask me a question, receive a blessing, or have me do some energy work on you. So, my friends, without further ado, let's get to today's show. Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Amy Satori. I really appreciate you being here and listening. And got a bunch of calls already, so I'm going to go right into it. There was something I was going to share, but I don't remember what it is. I just actually made a Divine Masculine video just minutes before starting the podcast, so keep an eye out for that one. It's just geared towards supporting you guys right now. Been talking to more Divine Masculines than ever. In fact, right now, most of the people who are coming to me for guidance are the Divine Masculines. I think they can feel that their feminines have pulled away, and they're now wanting to do something about it. And it's really a beautiful thing. So let me get to these calls. TD, if there's anything specific you want me to address, then I will do that. Okay, so I'm just going to take this first caller. Hey.
Hello, am I on?
You're on. Who's this?
Oh, hi. This is Kathy. From the one with the double secret project that I haven't been able to get to.
Yes, hi Kathy. Yay.
Hi.
I'm glad you called.
Okay. I have a question. I was talking with the guy that I told you about, and I kind of think he's the twin.
Okay.
So things have been going okay, and then they're going really slow because he's healing from something. All he can do is wait. He's not going to feel his best all the time. So a new guy.
Do you ever talk to him?
Yeah, I do.
On a regular basis?
I talk to him, but not enough. It's like once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I understand that he's healing. It's from a prescription drug. That's all I really want to say. And it just takes a lot of time. Yeah, and that's all you need to say. That's good.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay. So this new guy just popped up online.
Okay.
By accident. And it's not a big deal, but I'm wondering, do you read anything into the new guy?
Yeah, the first thing that popped in my head is soulmate.
That's what I'm going to say. With the new guy.
Yep. Yeah. So that could be a good thing too.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to warn the masculines. This is going on. The divine feminines are starting to have more options. In fact, the last podcast said, what was it called? It was called Divine Feminines Choices. Like the dam is broke.
Uh-huh.
So,
there's still a distance with the new guy, but he's closer than the other guy.
Well, it doesn't, distance doesn't matter
yeah.
anyway, really. I mean, when it comes to like
No.
having that connection with somebody, nothing like that matters. You know that, right?
Yes.
There
I
are
mean, it's
certain like
magical.
logistical, issues that come up when having to consider something like that, and you guys can have a conversation about that at some point. But when it comes to true love, I mean, shoot, as far as I'm concerned, like bend over backwards to make it happen, whatever changes you have to make. Because if you have your king or your queen backing you up in life, nothing can stop you. And that's why there are like forces trying to stop these guys from coming together and trying to make these guys feel so insecure, is because the impact that they'll make in this world is going to be tremendous. So they don't want you to succeed, the other side.
And the first guy, I don't know if he's really going to want. I mean, we have an amazing connection, but he's healing, and he had this position from the beginning that he didn't want anything to get going. And we treat it as like a fantasy.
Did you?
And
have you watched that video I just made where I was? It's a recording where I was doing a reading at the lighthouse, and it was about the guys that are non-committal. You should watch it. Go to YouTube and put in Amy Satori, and then put in the word like commitment or committal or something like that, and it should pop up.
Yeah, he does have issues with that, and he had the only thing I know about is his mother wasn't the most hugging kind of person.
Okay.
But I don't think it was anything bad.
Okay.
No abuse or anything.
Right. Okay, let me feel into him for a second and see what he's really going through here. Okay. He's very nervous about you. It's like sometimes when people just say friends, like we'll just be friends or whatever, it's like they're keeping you at arm's distance.
Yeah.
And it's because they feel kind of clumsy. They feel like they don't have their shit together, really. They feel like they don't have their stuff together, so they want to keep you at a distance until they do. They don't want to look like a fool. They don't want to move prematurely or go in with more than that until they feel like totally ready. So let me feel into him for a second. Yeah, I definitely feel like some fidgety energy, and I feel just like he's very nervous. I think he has intimacy issues too. Really? And I mean like sexual issues. Like there's some stuff having to do with performance anxiety or something like that too.
Oh.
So he's a little afraid. It's like maybe what I'm feeling, it's like he's trying to talk through me now. It's like he's like, maybe if I get to know her real slowly and I feel like I can really truly trust her, then I can open up to her about that, and then I can end up telling her, and it will feel safe to me. But if you're just a friend for now, yeah.
Okay. Because any woman that really cares about somebody will work with any guy with that.
Yeah. Now, I want to ask the question of the universe right now, and your guides, just like, should you waste your time, or is this worth kind of sticking it out and being friends with the guy? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Worth it. Yeah, worth it. Because he's a good guy. He feels like he's really got integrity, and he's a real sweetheart. And he just
I mean, I was
seems
hiding
like
behind this. Go ahead.
Well, I feel like he would be faithful too. I feel like he would be a really good partner once you guys cross that line.
Okay.
I feel good about him.
Right now, I'm just treating it like, the only thing I say is we need to meet. And I thought, well, after we met, then that would answer questions.
Yeah. You haven't met yet.
So, no, it's going to be, might even be another year.
Really? Why?
Well, it's the nature of this healing.
Okay, let me feel into that. You know, don't say no if someone else asks you out on a date beforehand. You don't want to sit around waiting for someone when it's that unknown and that far off. But and it does feel like it could take a little bit of time. I actually feel like more like 9 months, but that's still a
Really?
while. Oh, 3. I feel like it. I feel like either in March or 3 months from now, things are going to be taken to another level. So maybe he'll admit he likes you, or maybe, something goes forward a little bit. But like 9 months from now, I feel like you guys might actually get into something.
Wow.
So, but
That
in the
would be
meantime,
awesome.
like I said, yeah, keep your options open.
So this
So have
new
you
guy, I mean, I'm a little confused. I mean, there's attraction and all that, but I don't know what to do.
with the new guy?
Yeah.
Well, don't do anything if he can't meet with you. What can you do? Just keep talking to him.
Yeah.
Keep developing a relationship and developing rapport and developing trust, because that's his major issue right now, is needing to trust, needing
Wh-
to feel like, he can open up to you.
The first guy or the second guy?
The second guy.
This-
Tell me, have you mentioned the twin yet? Because I thought we were just focusing on the second
Yeah,
guy.
the twin was the first guy.
Okay.
Oh, all this talk was the second guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The soulmate. When I said I felt he was a soulmate, ever since then we've been talking about the soulmate.
Okay.
Did we switch back somewhere in there?
No, no, I was
Oh,
just
okay.
confused.
Okay.
But I'll just take what you said and put it with the second guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
just so the listeners are kind of in on something kind of cute. You end up you live like 10 minutes away from my twin flames
Yeah.
office.
That's so wild.
When we discovered that, so one of these days she plans to go surprise him and say, "Hey, I don't know what you're going to say to him, but it should be pretty funny." Not telling anybody like what he does or anything like that. I want to keep as much private as I can, but I would do anything to like see the look on his face when you walk in there and say something about like the Satori show
Yeah.
or something that's going to be funny.
And I put off making that appointment because I'm working on some budget issues right now, but I want to do it. So,
Yeah. Well, okay. So what do you want to know about your twin right now?
well, you were telling me I should hang in there with the second guy, the soulmate.
Well, both of them I wouldn't shut out.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
the second guy is also, he's a state away, but it's only a matter of a few hours. But it's not going to happen right away. We got to get to know each other.
yeah, definitely. So the first guy, the twin
Yeah.
flame. Okay.
Mhm.
What's going on with him right now?
I don't know. It's just healing. We
He's
talk
healing.
every week or sometimes every 2 weeks, and it just drives me crazy because
Because it's
I
not
have
going
to.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just see where he's at real quick.
Okay.
No, he's kind of like, it's kind of funny because he feels like he's in the same place as all these masculines that I talked to in the Divine Masculine video that I just made.
Okay.
He's kind of yes, he's healing, but he's also wanting to go forward and take action. But it's like he's kind of standing still, kind of feeling a little bit insecure as to how to go forward. I'm glad you guys are in communication. I think that's awesome. That's
I
a big
mean,
deal.
we've talked. We're going on like this is the second year, and we talk once a week or once every 2 weeks, and we've really gotten to know each other.
Awesome.
And we go to the place where it's a fantasy because it's, what else can you do when you're on the phone? You know.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So,
but
yeah.
all I can hang on to is we should meet, and it's got he needs to heal, and we're always waiting.
No. Okay, so no waiting. Whichever of these guys is ready to go forward, I would do it when that's time. And until then, also be open to dating anybody else.
Okay.
Because you're always learning and growing, and you boost your confidence and your self-esteem when people like you. It never hurts anybody to date. I wouldn't mess with anyone's heart. I wouldn't lie to anybody, lead anybody on, any of that stuff, but definitely keep your options open for sure. And then just
my only doubt is the twin isn't going to want to have a relationship. That's my only doubt.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Yes, he will. He will.
He will. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm still a little confused.
Let me, here's the thing about the masculine. A lot of what they say is just not true. And a lot of them are in denial, or a lot of them are keeping you at a distance. They all do it. They all do it to their feminines. Mm-hmm. So don't worry about that. You can't really listen to them. So I hate to say that. I never knew until I had this job. I never knew what liars men are and how comfortable they are with it. Honestly, it's like kind of shocking. Yeah, this is funny. The cards are just verifying it. Okay, so the cards are saying exactly what I just said. I love when they do that. This means he's at a stalemate. He's standing still, not sure what to do, feeling hesitant, perhaps insecure as to what decision to make, right? I'm showing the camera. You'll see this later. Basically, it's the Two of Swords for those who are listening. And then the three other cards are, dun, dun, dun. We have the Empress, which would be you, the woman who is his true love, the one that embodies all the queens. And we've got the Ponderer, the nine of, the Seven of Pentacles. I don't know why I couldn't think of that, but, he's plotting and planning for a bright future with you, because we have the Ten of Cups. So all of those are about plotting and planning for a new beginning, giving birth to something that he's been waiting to give birth to, and something that's going to bring him a lot of fulfillment. Okay. So there you have it. So
I just
who's gonna win, the rabbit or the hare, or the rabbit or the tortoise? And you'd be surprised how much headway the tortoise makes, because the hare runs all over the place, distracted by all kinds of things. So I hope that helps. I got some other callers to get to.
Oh, sure.
But for now, hopefully that makes you feel pretty good.
Yes, it does. I'll just see what happens.
Okay.
I really appreciate your help.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's great talking to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Bye. Okay, and everybody else, I got to run and grab an extension cord real quick. Hang on. I didn't realize that the Divine Masculine video was going to run right up into the show. I mean, I didn't even time it, and I wasn't even watching the clock at all. And I looked up, and it was like 3 minutes to the show. I was like, oh, my gosh. Talk about, how divine timing of things. Okay, so on to this next caller. Jody.
Hello. Amy.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm the gal that does the pet sitting that we talk back and forth about.
Oh.
In the snow. Do you remember talking to somebody? Not by phone, just by text, or like on comments on some of your videos when you were talking about how cold it was.
Hey. Oh, you were talking about Yogi?
Yes. Yeah.
Yay. Hi, Jody.
That's me.
Thank you. I was thinking about you last night. I actually went to see Yogi.
Well, I start pet sitting tomorrow, and it's going to be -5 as a high on Wednesday, and I'm like, oh, my God, what am I getting myself into? Anyway, that's not why I'm calling. I know you have lots of people, so you want me to get straight to the point. It's
great to hear your voice anyway. That's nice.
Well, thanks. I have a twin flame, or at least I think I'm his twin flame, or we're twin flames, and I was a major part of the catalyst for his downfall, you could say. Perfect setup. Anyway, I do not believe that he has another female in his life as in that kind of a karmic relationship. But I'm curious about his what you would call the third party or family karmic relationships that he's trying to get through or work through and get that out of the way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sure go ahead.
How on earth were you his downfall? I'm just curious about that.
Well, I was with him. This was 2017. I was dog sitting, and I had him come over. We were visiting the first time, not in a restaurant, and he drank too much alcohol and got a DUI, and I gave him the alcohol. Although I wasn't drinking, he was drinking, and he left and got a DUI and lost his license. And I was like,
right.
If that doesn't feel like I was part of that karmic event, I couldn't tell you what was, but...
You were definitely part of the karmic event, but one mistake that so many people make that I'm trying to show people the truth of, and I just did in the masculine video as well, is that he could have Ubered.
Oh, I know. I'm not taking responsibility for it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
No.
Good. Okay.
I'm not taking responsibility for it.
You were just involved in it indirectly.
I just know that I was the start, and so I've kind of known the progression of what's happened. I'm just curious, is that thing about done? We haven't talked about it. I don't know if he's got his license back. I know it's coming very close. That ought to be wrapping up before long, but I also know he lives with his brother, which I think that's a karmic relationship. So there's just questions about that stuff, where it's all at finish up-wise. Okay.
All right, let me feel into this for a moment. So we're looking for any kind of karmic issues right now. I think his biggest one, believe it or not, is insecurity.
Okay, I believe you.
It's like it's like he doesn't trust his decision-making abilities anymore for some reason. It's like he's just kind of like shy of, he's lost some self-confidence. And so it holds him back. However, it does also kind of feel like, I just got Knight of Swords energy, which Knight of Swords is like somebody rushing in to like speak his truth.
That is, I do readings too, and that Knight of Swords keeps not necessarily showing up in my readings, but like popping out when I'm shuffling and not ready, and I keep seeing it, and I keep thinking, what is that Knight of Swords all about? Okay.
It's kind of like they finally get to the point where they build up. It's like the heart. What I feel is like their heart is beating so fast, and it's like they try to go to sleep. They try to not think about the person. They try to, and it's just like it becomes harder and harder and more of a burden, and they keep thinking about it all the time. And it's just like they finally get to the point where they're just like, I don't care if it even screws everything up at this point. I'm willing to take a risk and just say what I got to say. And yeah. I think as a collective, for those in separation right now, the masculines are really coming to this point. And,
well, I think he's getting closer. I wrote him a letter, basically kind of a Dear John letter back in October. He didn't read it. I mailed it to his house, 6 pages long. He didn't read it until 2 days after Christmas. That's when he finally got the nerve to read this letter.
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm
They're
sure if
so funny.
And like everybody's
so
like,
funny.
how in the world can he not read that? I was like, well, if I got a 6-page letter from someone that I knew I had done some shitty things to, I'd probably go, oh, there is nothing good in there that I want to see.
This is going to cause more anxiety, more sleepless nights, more regret. Oh, these poor guys have been through the ringer, and they don't necessarily know how to deal with their feelings either, unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree.
As women, we pull together and we say, we've been reading Byron Katie lately, and we've been looking at this, and oh my goodness, and then we go to the yoga and meditation, and then we, oh, la, 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 like they're all into the feelings thing. They're like masters of their feelings, and the guys are just kind of like, I'm just going to hide it everywhere I go and put on a face like everything's fine. And I'm going to post pictures on social media like everything's going great with my karmic.
Yeah.
So people will stay off my back, and so it doesn't look like I have this huge monkey on my back. So they are so funny. Hang on just a moment, if you will.
Okay.
I got to switch. I got a technical thing going on. Okay. There we go. Remedied. All right. So what can I help you with at this point? Because I do feel like he is going to be, he's coming forward. Oh, let's just for kicks. Wouldn't this be funny if we get Knight of Swords? But just for kicks, I want to pick 2 cards on him.
Okay.
Ooh. I don't think you have anything to worry about. You got the Fool and the Chariot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's going to take a risk. He's big time taking a risk, and he's going to come after you. He's going to balance all of this out, and it's all going to be okay. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. I just got the feeling that he's going to like, oh, it feels so mushy-gushy. It's almost like he's been, I don't know, he's going to do some kind of romantic gesture when he comes to you. It feels like it might be a really heartfelt, sweet, like romantic letter. Or like it's like he's going to do something to make up for everything that's happened between you guys. It feels I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of reminds me of like, when you're with a guy and you got your lingerie and you got your little silky robe on, and then you come out in the room, ta-da! It's like that moment, but him. It's like he wants to really surprise you somehow, and be it like you be like, wow.
Well, I would be surprised considering the way things have gone. I'm
sure all of us feel that way about our masculines.
I feel like it's getting close. Right. Close. I mean, he read the letter, and he was like really worried that I'm like, I ended up going out with a guy back in January that knew him. We spent 45 minutes talking about this guy, and I was like, oh my God, small world. But anyway, and he was worried about, what I thought about that whole thing. And then it started feeling like he was like, I was in 5th grade and it was like, he was pulling my hair. He was like trying to get my attention, but he didn't have a flipping clue how to. And I was like, oh, he's getting desperate now. So, yes, I feel like it's very, very close.
Yeah, sometimes they feel it out. They're like, I remember mine one time asked, he says, so, I'm seeing a bunch of people right now. Like I'm dating, I'm staying active, dating quite a bit. Aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I was like, yeah, even though I wasn't. I don't know why I said yeah. I think I just was trying to be supportive. I was like, yeah. I mean, I was open to dating, but I wasn't.
One night he was like, I have sexual dreams about you all the time. And I was like, well, that's because every time I go to bed. And he's like, we ought to be doing something about this or something like that. And I go, well, there's a lot of things we need to be talking about before that's going to happen or something like this. I mean, he was like, this was before he read the letter where I was like, I'm done with the bullshit and everything. So I don't know. It's just like, it's like two steps forward and one step back. But
that's hilarious. Well, there's a lot of sexual energy going on right now between divine partners. The universe is really trying to bring people together right now.
Wow.
And it's like that Kundalini energy is rising in us all, and we are just being like magnetically drawn and passionately drawn toward each other. So, yeah.
So can you tell time as far as, does this feel like this is going to be before Valentine's Day, or should I just check that and forget about that? Because I heard you say yesterday, I think, you wouldn't, for us not to expect anything to be going on before Valentine's Day with our men.
Well, it's like you get your hopes up and then it doesn't happen, and then you feel really bad about yourself, and then it's like, I'm too fat, my hair is too straight. You start picking on yourself. So don't go there. But like, even if somebody else asks you out, if your masculine hasn't asked you out like within a week of Valentine's Day, and somebody else does, like for sure. Like, this is making me think of like high school. If he hasn't asked you to the dance by a certain time, then it's like. But I wouldn't expect it, and in fact, I would do what you could to like make your own day extra special somehow.
Yeah.
And if he does it, I mean, there's a lot of social pressure for them to do something romantic on Valentine's Day.
I know.
And they hate that. And some of them even just rebel against it, cross their arms, and they're like, screw this, I'm not going to do anything on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
and
he's an Aries. I totally see him doing that.
Yeah.
Not doing anything, meaning like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But also there's like things, there's pressures of their family knowing that they've gone out with this karmic for a while. And they're like, oh, you should probably just go out with her for Valentine's Day. There's so many different things that happen, even though they're totally through with the karmic and they don't want anything to do with her anymore. They might do it to people please because they're on the end of learning how to be a man and learning how to just let go of that stupid people pleasing stuff. They're right on teeter tottering with that a little bit. Yeah. So those that are still in people pleasing mode might just give into the karmic and do something kind of dumb like that. But not to judge it, because that's supposed to happen too. Because some of these guys are going to go to Valentine's Day with their karmics and be ripped a new one because they didn't do it right.
Yeah,
and that's a great lesson for them to go through too. Is like, go ahead and go out with your karmic for Valentine's Day. Go see how lovely that is, and then come running to me afterwards. So, anything else you want to know about? I got some other callers.
Nope, I think we're good. I could be on here all night talking about anything, so I will let you go to your next caller. Thank you very much.
You asked for a timeline. Hang on a second, because we did talk about Valentine's Day, but I want to get some kind of I want to see what might be happening next for you. I feel like actually you're going to be in touch with him in like a week. And I feel like Page of Pentacles energy with it. A little bit of like between Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords. So it may feel like he's being a little bit insecure about it. He like he's been doing. It might be some more of that.
Well, yeah, it's his turn. I made the last contact, and it doesn't seem like I'm like, if I want to talk to him, all I have to do is just not talk to him, because he can't. I mean, it's like a week and a half to 2 weeks is about the longest he will go before he has to check in on me.
Aw, that's so cute.
So,
I love that.
That's why I'm like, yeah, he always comes back. He's been doing that for 2 years. He always comes back.
Aw, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like he'll be contacting you soon, but just be like playful and light. And right now, the Divine Feminine's goal needs to be to just build their trust.
Yeah.
To show them that they're different than the karmics and that they react different, and they don't they don't jump to conclusions so quick. They're willing to have an open mind and talk things out, and they're so much more mature.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
that's
think he knows
our
that
job.
by now. Yeah.
It's kind of like, I used this analogy with somebody else recently too, but it's like the divine feminine's job right now is to get in the boat and just steady the boat as he gets in.
Yeah.
He may get in all clumsy, he may get in all wet, he may get in and rock the boat quite a bit, but your job is to just kind of hang on and steady it as best you can.
He was like, don't be mad at me. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. It's hard for me to be mad at you even when I should be, so, yeah. Okay.
The love is deeper. It's deeper. It's more mature. It's more, there's just so much more to that kind of love. So, yeah. Yay.
Okay. All right.
Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. Bye, Jody.
Bye.
And here we have, it didn't click on it, did it? Is this Sissy? I'm trying to get to you, girl. Hang on. Okay, for some reason it's not picking you up. Okay, here it goes.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi. You got me. Hi.
Hi.
So great listening to the show so far. Like playful energy. It's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. How can I help?
So I talked to you a few weeks ago about my situation with my twin.
Okay.
And at the time, I mentioned that he's in a karmic relationship for almost 2 years, and that I found out through friends that she's been wanting to get married, and you told me that you sense that he does not want to go that way, and that you actually saw within a few weeks him actually breaking it off and finally getting the courage to approach me. So I was just wondering if you can let me know how is he feeling, how are things going, and in terms of moving forward, because we work together, so it's really hard for me sometimes, but we have no relationship besides the work relationship for now, ever since we got the karmic. So I was just wondering if you can help me with that.
Yeah. It feels like you're just a constant reminder whenever he sees you or thinks of you. Yeah, I feel like he's just getting kind of outside pressure to be with her. Okay. And but I just saw this image given to me by Spirit that was like him flexing muscles.
Huh.
Like he's going to be like finally doing what he wants. I think he's going to back out still. Let me just hang on a second. He didn't want to have anything to do with her. It's so crazy. So crazy. Why do people go to get married and settle for someone that they're just like that they don't even hardly like?
I know.
I don't get it. Why somebody would get themselves into a permanent situation with sometimes sometimes people want something so bad that they'll stay. There's something about a baby. It's like
I know it's something that he does not want, but I'm not sure what's her position on that. I don't know.
I never really put it past karmics to lie and say that they're pregnant. Or, they practically fall at their feet and they're just like, but I want a baby with you and I want to, and they feel bad saying no to that because somebody wants them so bad. And it's nice to feel wanted, and it's also kind of nice to feel like above them in a way. But believe you me, when they get trapped in those karmic situations, that turns around real quick. That same woman who is just like, but I love you so much, and I just want to have kids, and I could just see us so happy. All of a sudden, you get in with that woman, and it's just like they're like the dragon woman. They totally turn into kind of a monster. And then it becomes all she cares about is the kids, and that's all she ever wanted. She was just tricking you into getting married. So they got to be wise. They got to be discerning when it comes to, anybody like pressuring them to get married if they're not wanting it. if they aren't excited about it, if they're not the ones that are just like, I can't wait, I'm finally saying yes to me. So it kind of feels like there's some reason like that it's almost like she's holding something over him, or there's something about what she's doing that he kind of feels obligated to do it. But I think he's going to vote for himself. And I hope and pray that he'll vote for himself.
Right,
that he'll finally put his foot down and see what he really wants. And I feel like they just showed me like eyeballs looking at you. So it's kind of like...
It's also something hard to deal with because I feel it in my heart that he fights so hard to not be with me, and I just don't understand why. And it's crazy sometimes.
Yeah, they really have to face their demons when it comes to being with their divine feminines, you know? It really scares them. And they never feel worthy. It's like, if you feel worthy, for the men who are watching this, it's like if you do feel worthy, then you're settling.
But it is crazy. I remember when we were together, it was almost 3 years ago now, and he was always saying, oh, like, you know, you are up there and I'm here. I'm like, no, we are, like, it's, I don't know why. It's fierce. Like, I know it's like all kind of demons, like you say, but I just really wish he could, like, open his heart to me and just say how he feels instead of, like, settling, like you say, for the wrong reasons.
I'll pull a couple cards for you. Sorry.
Thank you.
Hang on a second. Let me just see. They said 3. Oh. Well, this is confirmation.
Okay.
Yet again, transformation at the bottom of the deck. So whatever's on the bottom of the deck means that it's the theme or what's driving what these other cards are.
Okay.
So total transformation, the death card is about total transformation. It's about something completely ending and getting, and like, it's like cycles and things ending and other cycles beginning. And it's also about like having like an aha moment, an epiphany of like, wow, you know, and it like totally changes your whole life.
Right.
And you've got the death card along with the tower card. The tower card is like an intense, really intense eclipse card. And remember earlier in the show I said, I don't know if it was the show or the masculine video, but I talked about how this time right now the eclipses are all about everything just being utterly destroyed that is not serving you anymore. And stepping into your power and saying, this is who I am and this is what I'm going after. So we've got the Tower card along with the Queen of Swords and the Lovers. The Queen of Swords is being about no BS. It's setting your boundaries. It's cutting somebody out of your life that no longer serves you. It's standing up for what you believe to be your truth. So this just confirms what I was saying about where he's at. And in regards to the Lovers card is about making a choice between two people. And it's all, or more. It's about making a choice between lovers, and it's also about choosing that which you feel like you have long-term potential with. So, yeah. There you go. Oh, and the peeking out underneath the death card, girl. Triumph, victory, and success, the 6 of Wands.
That's great.
So he may not... Yeah?
Go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, please.
No, I was just saying that, especially because I'm getting a little bit anxious because I'm moving jobs in the end of April. Well, I'm hoping I can find a job by the end of April. So I'm like, you know, I'm scared because I won't be able to see him every day. But at the same time, like, I was hoping we could fix things before that. So I'm like, I'm building a little bit of anxiety lately because of that.
Well, hopefully the video that I just made for the masculines will help get them going, because I'm telling them, look, these feminines are having other options, and some of them are moving. Some of them are just deciding to go somewhere else and start a new life because they're just kind of fed up with waiting around, and they're being inspired to get on with their life mission, whatever that is, and they're just going to go do whatever it takes. So it's that time, and I feel like a lot of the masculines are actually feeling that pressure right now, which is great. They need to feel that pressure so they get going. So I think the next thing he's going to do, though, is he's going to need to heal after that relationship, after they break up. He'll need a little bit of time, but at the same time, it's kind of like that moment where in the movies where they just kind of like they get done with something they know is not right with them, and they spin right around on their heels, and they're like, and I know what's right. I now know what I don't want, and I damn well know what I do want. And they like charge after that with that Knight of Swords energy. So that's what I feel like your guy's going to be doing. He wants to come to you though feeling emotionally mature. So he's going to do a little bit of healing to where he feels confident approaching you in a mature way. And so when that happens, when he's kind of licked his wounds a little bit, here he comes.
Do you think we're still going to be working together by then? Because I think I'm going to leave in the end of April, I think.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think he'll at least have ended things with her. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, it's coming soon. It's like I'm following your advice in the sense that we should have fun and enjoy ourselves. So I'm actually dating and meeting new people.
Good. How's that going?
Growing. I think I'm going out with this guy. His name is Michael, but it's really nice and light and like, you know, just enjoying and having fun, and it's good to have someone that likes you. That's
and
good.
It feels good for both of you.
Yeah, I think it is. It's not like, you know, deeply emotional so far because I know where my heart lies, but at the same time it's just like we're having fun. And hopefully, you know, things will also work out in terms of me and Quinn. And everyone will be happy, which is all we want, actually. So.
Yay. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm really,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And good luck. Keep me posted.
Time. Thank you. Okay, will do. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Charlotte.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Good. How are you? Is this the Charlotte that's been commenting on my videos?
Yep.
Thank you.
The one in Trinidad?
What was that?
Well, the one in Trinidad?
Well, I didn't notice that, but there's been an active Charlotte on my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We had a session, too.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. I have a question about a soulmate named Dave.
Okay.
What about him? Is he going to show back up? Yeah, is he going to show back up? Or is he gone?
Yes. No, he's going to come back.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting... Huh?
What happened between you guys? Because I feel like he's licking his wounds over something.
He was in a relationship that was supposed to be an open relationship, and he and I started our little fling, and it was supposed to be, I was supposed to be part of a, I don't want to go into this on the air.
That's okay. Well, something hurt him, and he's been licking his paw about it.
Well, him and his main woman broke up.
Okay.
And he ghosted me completely, and then turned around and lied to me. And then him and this woman broke up. But I can't get him completely out of my head, so I'm not sure he's completely gone out of my life.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Let me fill into him. I don't know what this means, but I think... Okay. Oh, okay. It actually has a good feel to it. It feels like he's nurturing himself. I see him, like, all snuggled in a bed for hours on end. Like, so I feel like he's getting a lot of sleep and a lot of healing is happening.
Uh-huh.
And he's also thinking about you a lot. In fact, I don't even think he's thinking about the other person at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because I haven't talked to him in over 2 years, almost.
Wow. Well, see, that's just what true love does, is it? Yeah, it makes you think about them a lot. Let me see what...
So that's why I can't get him out of my head, even though I've tried them.
Yeah, it's hard to tell sometimes when you get all these signs of synchronicities, whether it's them or you. But I got something having to do with, because of the way things ended between you guys, he kind of wants to sneak up behind you. I feel like tiptoeing, like he wants to, like this is like Seven of Swords energy. He wants to go slow, and he wants to do, he wants to kind of like sneak back in. He's a little bit scared and hesitant, or insecure and hesitant, so he's going to come carefully.
Should be. The way he lied to me, he should be. God damn, hell no.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so, all right. So that tells me there's something to be healed in you.
Yeah.
Because if you have that big of a reaction, you know, it's like, and yes, you're justified, you know, and I'm validating you as well, because it can be quite frustrating or upsetting with some of the things that these guys do, but
well, yeah.
Yeah, but a reaction like that would mean that you haven't really seen the value in what's happened, the gift in what's happened. So I'm going to recommend it.
I told him that. I was very grateful for him, because he saved my life.
Okay. But I want you to go a little bit deeper with it.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you know about this exercise. I think it's a really, really beneficial one. And if you do know about the exercise, then you have not done it on this.
Okay.
So it's the thank you, God, for my misery.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're going to write down, you know, thank you, God, that he screwed me over. However you want to put that, that's like the worst way you could put it.
Okay.
Thank you, God, that
I can do that.
Completely broke my heart.
For Larry. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good. And then list all the benefits and advantages as to why that's a good thing, at least 10 to 15 things. And do it on many different things that you're upset about in regards to him, because the reason I'm saying is you can, when you're reacting to him from an emotional place, when he comes to talk to you, you're going to react. You could push him away. So if you can get yourself real clear-headed and you're getting more in a neutral space and a more receptive, loving space, then when he talks to you, you're at least clear. It doesn't mean you guys have to be together necessarily, but you can at least be coming from an empathetic
and not rip
place.
His head off.
Yeah.
Not rip his head off. Yeah. Okay, so this is the soulmate and not my twin flame, correct?
The one you asked about is the one we're talking about.
Yeah, Dave, the soulmate. Okay.
Okay.
Is there a time frame on Larry?
Which one's that?
Larry's the twin flame.
Okay.
He's still doing the exit plan.
Okay, I get 3.
Huh?
I get 3. I don't know if that's March or if it's 3 months from now.
Oh,
April.
Okay. April.
And I feel like it's going to be a phone call that really gets things going in the right direction. It warms things up. Okay?
Okay. April? Okay.
Yeah.
And
it was like April. I actually got a date, April 24th.
Okay.
I mean, who knows? You know, it's like these things can change too, but that's a date for now to look forward to.
Okay, I don't know. Something made me buy his favorite breakfast cereal the last time I went to Walmart. So.
Oh, that's funny. It's not Fruit Loops, is it?
Nope.
You know what's been coming up a lot lately? I thought I'd mention real quick now that you say that. Honey has been coming up a lot. Rose has been coming up a lot in lions. Lions and rose in the Bible, in the Song of Songs. Some kind of correlation to that. So don't be surprised if you start hearing a lot about honey or something like that lately. I think it's about
just important to us.
Yes, absolutely.
We both have a rose tattoo that is almost the same style of rose, and we got them right now. We both got them in the 80s.
That's funny because I went for an Alexander lesson earlier today, and I went downstairs. And as I was going downstairs, I was like, I smell rose. There's something with roses. And I could smell it the whole way down the stairs. So, yeah, roses and honey and lions. Well, of course, right now with this eclipse energy, it had some like Leo energy, but anyway. Yeah. So keep your eye out, and I think the honey also has to do with treating each other real sweet, and I think it's also kind of a sexual, sensual thing, and just kind of being playful. It kind of reminds me of like Mary Poppins. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
Yeah.
So, I think they're talking about that for your the way that you talk to him too. But anyway, got to get to some more callers. Is that good for now?
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll talk about my cats next time.
Yay. Oh, I would love to. Yes, please, please.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Talk to you later, Charlotte. Bye.
All right. Bye.
And Charity.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you.
Good. What's up?
So, sorry, this is my first time calling. I'm a little nervous.
That's okay.
So, I don't know where to start. If I want to start with, I think maybe my life path. I'm thinking about, I'm getting ready to start something new, thinking about leaving my job, and not exactly sure when I should do that, if I should stay in the job that I'm in and continue working on things.
No, don't stay there. Okay, so here's what's exciting that's happening with the feminines right now is they really are like going after their dreams. Right now they're kind of a little bit in limbo, not quite sure which direction that is. But the cool thing is they've let go of their twin flame, so they're not like sitting around waiting. They're like, whatever that is, I'm going after it, which is so exciting. And good for them, taking their power back like that. And shoot, if their twin flame wants to follow them, come on ahead. But let's take a look at what's coming up for you. But I don't feel like you're supposed to stay there. What?
No, I said good.
Okay, good.
I don't necessarily want to stay.
So
it's just more
what are some things
of a security thing, and if that's more of like, yeah.
Okay, so what are some things that you're considering going into? If you know. If you don't know, then I'll just see what comes.
I do know, and I'm actually getting started in a small way, and I'm just hoping to expand eventually. It'll be the first time I'm going to be doing this, and if it goes well, I'm hoping it goes well. I'll be starting in less than a month, and if it goes well, then that'll be great, and then I can hopefully expand, and it'll be something that I can travel with.
Okay. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, yeah, let me feel into that itself. Hang on. It's gonna be successful. It's actually gonna be successful faster than you think, even faster than a month.
Okay.
But they're talking about you gotta you can't like sit and wait for it to come to you. You gotta go after it.
Right.
And in fact, if you want to quit your job, I would do it.
Oh.
I would.
Okay.
I would take a leap of faith, and then just like hit the streets talking about it, promoting it, putting out flyers or whatever. Let me see what else. I mean, it feels like you've got some savings. You can do this. If you need to keep it just to make yourself feel a little better about it. But if in the back of your mind you're like, is this the time to quit? I would do it.
Okay.
And it really does feel. In fact, it actually this is kind of neat because it feels like about the time when you go balls out on this, it feels like a man comes into your life.
Okay.
Who's going to be really like supportive of your mission and is even going to like help fuel your fire.
Okay.
So I hope you're not in a relationship, but it could be just like a business thing too.
No, I'm not. I'm not in a relationship.
Okay, good.
Very,
I'm like,
single.
this could present a problem.
Very, very single.
Okay. Very. All right. So let me hang on. Let me feel into that for a minute. Do you want to go there?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Reserved is the word I got. You're reserved. You've been on reserve. A lot of us feminines have been. The universe, when you get to a certain level of development, the masculines, they need the karmics because they need to crash and burn quite a few times on their face to realize, this is not what you go toward. They need to get burned. But the feminines, they've gotten to where they can see that stuff pretty quick. They're wiser. They're more like, nope, not falling for that trap. Nope, it's not about looks. Nope, not about money. Nope, not about the fancy car. It's so we get kind of like set aside safely by the universe, and men are even actually kept away from us because it's kind of like, okay, she is a queen. You are not going to even come acting like the Joker, trying to get her attention. She's ours. So it's like you've been on reserve and you've been kept back for the right person or for the right people, for the right group of people. I'm getting a group actually. So I feel like at least 3 guys coming forward that are going to be contending. That's a funny word. So maybe they'll know about each other and they'll be duking it out.
I'm fine with that. That's fine.
Yeah. I also saw a violin. Let me see why they're showing me a violin. Why a violin? The violin might be some kind of a clue. It might be that, with a clue like that that's that vague, I would say that if you walk by a violin place, go inside. Or if somebody has a violin on their shirt, or if you hear a violin, you know what I mean? Just jot down or remember violin because it might be significant somehow. Maybe if you're dating 3 guys, the one that plays violin or used to or likes listening to the violin will be the one, for example. Yeah, and I just saw a rainbow over that, so that means that one will be blessed.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
I'm also getting a Siamese cat.
Yeah, I have no idea at this point because I haven't. The only person I've been dealing with recently is my twin. And
okay, do you want to know anything about what's going on with the twin for now? And then we've got one more caller to get to this evening. After you.
I don't know. It's been the same song and dances, usual. We got together on New Year's Eve. After not seeing each other for a while, he reached out to me, which was the crazy thing.
Awesome.
Is watching Laura Diego Soul's video on twin flames and intimacy. He literally texted me as I was watching that video.
Whoa!
Mind blown. And so I was like, well, I don't even know what's happening right now. And so then we get together, and it was kind of a mess. It wasn't terrible. There was an incident that happened during the whole thing that was just like, this should not have happened. And so we've talked since then, and then I had a dream about him about a week and a half ago, and his legs were broken, and he was like walking with crutches.
Huh.
And then the next day I was like, I had bought some flowers and I was putting them in his vase, and something told me like he's relearning how to walk again, and it just kind of like made me feel like he was just learning how to just do everything again.
Yeah.
I reached out to him and I haven't heard from him at all, which isn't, it's not unusual. But it just kind of reminded me to just be like, refocus on yourself. Like, worry about yourself.
Well, you know, yes. Romantic comedies wouldn't be that entertaining and popular if it weren't for those times when they get together and ruin everything, you know? Hitch actually comes to mind, that movie Hitch.
Right.
They really screwed it up. And it's funny that you said that you were watching that video, because the last time my twin flame came to see me, I was actually laying down cards on him. I was so shocked that I actually had a couple of cards in my hand, and I look up and he's standing there smiling, and I went, and I held on to the cards. You know how, like they say in water skiing, like, do whatever you do, don't hold on to the handle. I held on to the handle. I held on to the cards in my hand, and I totally completely forgot what I was even, thinking about a second prior, but it was a spread on him. And here he is standing there. I was like, we got to get out of here. And we left, and I ended up giving the cards to the front desk. So when I came back, they were like, "Why did you? There were cards. We didn't know what happened. You just gave us cards and walked out." So anyway, don't worry about ruining anything, because it's all just a learning experience anyway. So, and I do feel that whoever said that about his getting back on his feet is true. So, I don't know what's going on. Am I sounding more faded all of a sudden? This microphone, it's got issues. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. But I would, I'm going to feel into him. Oh, I feel some regret and then some relief also. So it's he is coming forward. He's going to be coming forward. They all are going to be, it feels like they're all coming forward right now. I don't know what the deal is. It's that eclipse energy or something. So what do you want to ask, specifically at this point with him?
I guess, is there anything that I need to, are there any blockages on my end that I, need to heal myself and just in general, I guess? I don't know. I got no, but then also at the same time I got solar plexus. There's just a slight misalignment in the solar plexus. Sorry, that's so weird. I'm sorry. That's just, I bought a yellow candle today to do some solar plexus clearing. Okay. There's your confirmation. Yeah, just a little bit. It's burning right now. Okay. All right. Right now it's burning. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah. But other than that, you're good. Sorry that I'm laughing. That's just so funny. Oh, wait. There's something about food, too. Are you maybe not a good cook or something? Actually, I'm a very good cook. Okay. So then maybe, I don't know if it's figure out what his favorite food is and learn to make that, but there's something having to do with food being the ticket with him. He loves food, but the funny thing is he doesn't eat other people's cooking, oddly enough. Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. Do you know what his favorite kind of food is? He is Caribbean, so any kind of, and he loves Chinese food. Chinese food is one of his favorites. Okay, so let me feel into this for a second. Okay, so one thing you can do is when you guys finally get together, which I don't think is too far off. I think it's within the next couple of months or so, but it feels just make the food, in Caribbean, not Chinese. It's make the Caribbean food. Oh, God. And have it going in the background and be I was just in the middle of making myself something to eat. You don't have to have any, don't even invite him to have any. Just be okay, I'm just going to pack this up for my lunches for the rest of the week. And, okay. He'll be
and make it master the meal, like make it incredible. And then when he smells that, I feel like he'll be drawn to want some. I think he'll be tempted to take a little taste. And once he's had a taste, oh my gosh, he's going to love it. And I don't know why, but it's like very comforting for him. It reminds me of his mother or something. There's something about like how that, like if you can master that dish, you'll figure out what it is. If you if you want to like call back to the show sometime and just give me a list of different dishes you're considering, I'll tell you which one to make. That'll just like make his eyes roll back in his head, and for some reason it's just like he will just like, I don't know, like look at you different or something. I don't know what that's about, but
okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye. Okay, and Sam. Hello.
Hi.
Wow. Okay. So
how are you?
Yeah. What a cool connection. Hey. So if the listeners have not been listening to the last couple of episodes, I don't know, I've been posting pictures on Instagram, so you might want to follow me on Instagram if you haven't done that yet, because there's the coolest picture ever of the coolest letter that I've ever received from this lovely listener, Sam, who wrote a letter in calligraphy like ancient times, sealed it with wax. I mean, it was so, when I opened it, I mean, it was just like, I was like, it's got creases. Like, I felt bad that it had creases in it because it was so beautiful. And one thing I didn't know about the ink back then, or whatever ink you used, is you could actually feel the texture. Oh, I'm going to show you guys this letter. Hang on a second. I have it right here.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, Amy, you're making me blush.
Look how beautiful this is, you guys. This is just gorgeous, right? And you can just feel this. It's just so cool. I wish you could feel it. It's awesome. So, and then this is the envelope. And this. So, pretty cool. Thank you so much for that beautiful letter. Oh my gosh. That was just awesome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I love it. Okay. Anyways.
Thank you for ordering a personal reading as well.
Oh yeah. I am so excited
to know people, and it's cool to be able to talk to you guys one-on-one, more in depth about what's going on in your life.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any updates for us or anything?
Oh, no, not really an update. Just kind of trucking along, it's interesting. You mentioned recently something about like creating a bubble around your twin to sort of help with the energies that are kind of flowing back and forth, if it feels overwhelming or just distracting from like for me I'm sorry, what?
Or too many synchronicities and you're like, stop it!
Yeah. I mean, it was getting to the point where it was hard for me to keep track of like, all right, what am I doing right now? Okay. So yeah, I've been working on that, and that has really shifted things in a positive way. So it's kind of, it's like calming the waves.
Isn't it amazing
funny that you used that boat metaphor earlier?
Isn't it amazing how much we feel their energy, and you didn't, when you can learn to like discern and catch it faster, it's like, oh my gosh, and here I thought something was wrong with me.
Yes, absolutely. And those moments where you're like, okay, is this real? And then you realize, yes, it is real. And then you're like, am I crazy for thinking that it's real? No, this is absolutely real. And it's really kind of bizarre. There was one point where I felt like I was actually having a conversation back and forth, verbally. Like, it's like, I was like, am I schizophrenic right now? No, this is real. This is real, because I would not have said that, like.
Right. No, you could totally have, like, for those listening, you guys can, like, whether you're dealing with the twin flame or a soulmate or whoever, if it's a true love type of connection, there's going to be, you have the capability of just talking to them like they're your friend, kind of just hanging out with you. And what you're imagining is true. And they'll even razz you, and they'll pop up. Like, if you invite them into your life like that, they'll just pop up randomly, make fun of you, and be silly. It's like, it's a way of trying them on. And I talked about this in the masculine video too, but it's like people are having a lot of dreams right now, and some of them are prophetic, and meaning that you're like seeing something that's going to happen in the future, or some of them are healing stuff, like issues that you used to be kind of concerned about or afraid of. They're getting fixed and remedied, and solutions are happening, and you're going back to that person who was really awful to you, and you're actually having a really great relationship with them in your dream, and you're like really happy. It does not mean go back to that person. It means like you have healed from that situation, and you can now go into that type of healthy relationship with somebody new. And then there's also the dreams where you actually kind of try on the new person, and you have a dream about this person, and just in it, and you just kind of get a feel for what that feels like to be with that person. So
absolutely,
dreams are big right now.
Yeah, and I'm, I have an aquamarine like you suggested. I have a stone and I have a ring, so I've been doing like both at night. And there's still nothing flowing. I probably remember maybe 10 dreams that I've ever had in my entire life. Oddly enough, one of them, I'm fairly certain that I dreamt of my twin about 6 years before I actually met my twin.
Oh, wow. Isn't that amazing?
Really, yes. And because I wrote it down because I only remember so many. So it's like, okay, clearly I have to write this down. And I read it just recently. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's incredible. But at the moment, dreams just, they don't stick with me when I wake up. Like nothing. Like a light on and off. There's complete difference. So I suppose that's probably where my question lies, is how can I unlock that door? Because right now the two worlds are totally separate.
Let me see here. Meditation. Have you ever tried lucid dreaming? Or setting the intention like before you have some try when you first go to bed, like ask to either lucid dream or ask if you can have some clarification on a certain subject. Like, or you can even ask, how would I get along with this person that I'm thinking of? Or tell me, what would my twin really be like to be with? Or tell me, what will happen if this, or give me clarity on that. You can set that intention before you go to bed. Or you can try to go in. Yeah?
Can you feel as to how light or heavy that energy is for me? Like, is it something where I can just go to bed, like, take a few moments and ask that? Or do I need to, like, call the council and, like, have a discussion about how to get that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Both.
It feels like it's a brick wall, not just like a curtain.
Like in terms of doing the council meeting, or what?
In terms of breaking through the barrier of actually being able to participate in my dreams.
Okay.
Whether it be remember them when I wake up or lucid, like anything, like any participation right now.
Okay. Did you try like keeping a journal by the bed and just writing down a word about anything that you remembered, even if it was like a pencil? And that's all you remembered, or that you remember that it felt good, or that it terrified you?
I have a journal that sits next to me every morning, and seriously, Amy, when I wake up, there's nothing there.
Huh. No feelings? No images?
No.
Okay, hang on. They're telling me that I can do a light language on this. Hang on a minute.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, for some reason, what is up with this microphone? Okay. I don't want to blast your eardrums out. Okay. Help her break through to being able to remember her dreams and get images and messages. Yeah, they did also confirm that having a council meeting will help. Any kind of meditation is going to help, because once you start getting it, they're real similar states. So, delta brainwaves. If you can listen to some delta brainwaves. Ted Winslow, you got to go to, I don't know, I forget what his website is, but Google him, Ted Winslow, and look for his CDs. They have delta brainwaves in them, programmed in.
Okay.
And you can listen to that CD maybe before you go to bed or as you're going to bed, and that should definitely help too, to break through that. Listening to me, believe it or not, will help that, because my voice is of the delta wave frequency. So it's like, because I've been enlightened and because I'm at a high vibrational state, just listening to me actually will relax you and soothe you and help you to get into that state, and it will also help you become more psychic. The more you listen to this voice, the more intuitive you'll become. So,
I'm already picking up on that.
Okay, so let me do this light language blessing for you. Oh, this has to do with the past life thing too. We could look into that in one of your sessions coming up. We can do figure out what the past life has to do with this. Okay, hang on. Aishi imo konsa ila tatena tiki mbokota haleina tata aisha asitina kukumponsa na mai hala unda tsana kanchonse na amboko ase ila porota inta saka mu mboan hai na kai sa ile porosho sonta tai haha mo oka haledina tsana ai haha anja sa teka ala prona tetesa. Okay, so anybody listening to that, it helped you in whatever way that you needed. It didn't have to be what Sam's going through. It's a live energy that will help you with whatever you need. So you may have experienced tingles or energy in somewhere in your body. It was working on something for you. It's always beneficial to listen to. But in particular, during your blessing, Sam, I was getting something about a pyramid, so remind me of that when we go to do our session, and we'll explore what that meant. But also, I felt like get a scarab or a raven, whichever one resonates more with you, because they're both about unlocking the subconscious realms, or like dipping into the mysterious world, and they will help. They will help open that up for you as well.
Okay.
A raven or a scarab.
Got it.
Thank you. I'm trying to think of, let me show you a scarab real quick. Hang on. I guess I put it away, so never mind. I don't see it here. But they're a beetle, an Egyptian beetle.
Oh, okay.
So they're really cool. If you just go on Amazon and look for a scarab or a raven.
Okay.
So, or you could even just print out a picture of a raven or a scarab. It doesn't need to be
just
something.
Have the energy there.
Yeah, have the intention and the energy. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So is that good for now, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I could ask something about my twin. I mean, I've always got questions, but
if you get a quick one, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I
just got she loves you.
Oh, okay, good. Well,
yeah. That's funny. That just popped in my head.
Well, I don't know that I need to know much more than that, but my question would. Sorry, you go.
Something about Lotus.
Lotus.
So she might be rising from the muck of her life up to the surface.
Okay.
Or do you have any like lotus essential oil? That would be a good thing to be connecting with her with right now.
Okay.
She's purifying her life.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
Cool. Well, the only thing that I was thinking of what would be like, because I know that our twin is our mirror, so what they're going through, we are also going through in our own way, because, I mean, so it's the same, it's different, but it's still kind of the same essence to it. So what would be her number one hesitation towards coming into union, and thereby what would I need to reflect back in that?
It kind of
maybe that was too much. I'm sorry.
No. It kind of feels like she would be overwhelmed with emotion and not sure what to say. Maybe she's afraid her mouth will quiver and she'll get tears in her eyes.
Okay.
It's like there's a lot of emotion behind what she's feeling right now. So it's almost like she wants to get to a place where she can safely express without looking a fool. But so one thing you can say, it's like in my sessions, like when I'm at the lighthouse, I would say like 80% of the people who come to see me cry. So when they do, I just hand them a Kleenex, but I don't make any big deal of it. I just give the Kleenex and I continue to talk. And I let them know this is a safe place for you to express. You need to get this out. So maybe you can say that to her if she does come to you, or when she does come to you and she says, she starts getting all upset, she'll probably want to run away from you when she starts getting emotional like that. And you'll say, just tell me what's on your heart and get it out. It'll feel better.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
You too.
All right. So I'm going to put you on mute.
All right.
And, yeah. Okay, so I wanted to let you guys know also that there's going to be a workshop coming up. I think March 3rd is when that's going to be. There's going to be 2 of us divine feminines and 2 divine masculines at this workshop. They're going to be giving talks to help all the twin flames and or like soul partners, soulmates, and anybody just looking to step into their power. It's going to be for gods and goddesses, or for men to tap into their God source energy and to step into their godliness, and for women to step into their goddessness. It's going to be about, I think it's like an 1.5 to 2 hour drive outside of Boulder. And we're going to be providing more information on that shortly, so keep a lookout for a video where we'll be talking about that. It should be a really, really fun day, and it's going to be catered. We're going to have food there and everything, so it's going to be so cool. Also, a friend of mine was listening in on the show, and she was like, "You said that all men lie. Oh my gosh!" So I just wanted to go back on that a little bit and kind of say that wasn't my point to say that all men lie. It was that I was surprised when I got into this line of work to find out just how much men lie, and just how much they are in denial, and just how much they will put on a poker face. I guess I was a little bit naive perhaps, but that's just that's just my journey, and it was just a different perception that I had of men before coming into this job. That's not in a judgmental way. I'm not saying that's necessarily like a bad or a wrong thing. It's just what they do when they're not quite confident yet enough to be themselves and to communicate real clearly. And there are women, and probably women that are the masculines. So I'm not talking about men, I'm talking about the masculines. But just thought I would just put that caveat out there just to clarify in case anyone gets defensive about me, saying that men are liars. Because I know quite a few men who are in their integrity, and they've kind of moved through that phase of their lives where they feel like they have to lie. And again, that does also pertain to the females, women who have had to kind of lie because they haven't known how else to express themselves authentically. So there you are, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the show, and have yourselves a beautiful morning, day, or evening wherever you are. And, there's one more thing. Somebody told me, that girl that called in from Germany on the last show, she said that she did so by getting a free membership with Skype, like an international membership with Skype for free for a month. They'll allow you to make international calls like that. So she just put in the number for the show, and she was able to call right in. So if any of you I've seen through my statistics in my back office here that there are a lot of you who are listening from other countries, and maybe that would be a way that you could call in and talk to me. I talk to a lot of people at the Lighthouse Bookstore with a lot of very heavy accents, so I would probably be able to understand you in case that's a worry that you might have. And just to remind you guys, also follow me on Instagram. Put bell notifications on if you want to continue to get these in video form on YouTube, and follow me on Podbean. Do what you can to stay connected, because I come up with updates all the time. You can join my 1111 Twin Flame Forum, and you can always call back here Sundays, every Sunday, 6:30 Mountain Time, 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern. So, all right. We'll catch you next time on The Satori Show.